Logan Paul. Logan Paul. Fortnite. Logan Paul. Fortnite. Fortnite. Logan Paul. Fortnite. Logan Paul. Fortnite. Trending topics. It never fails to astonish me what people gravitate towards. And right now, as far as the internet's concerned at least, there are only two things that exist. Logan Paul and Fortnite. A distant third, that kid yodeling inside a Walmart. The holy trinity of convenient procrastination. This might surprise a person, but I'm not an enormous fan of either of these things being popular right now. So why am I making a video on it like everyone else? Well, because I think there is a wider lesson to learn here. Because I think it's interesting, I say interesting, I mean of casual interest to like maybe two people, that although both of these things are trending on YouTube right now, one has better reasons to trend than the other.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And I can't help but think of that classic cartoon series, I Am Weasel, where Weasel, always intelligent, talented, and immensely successful, competes against Baboon, who is a colossal fuck-up, and yet survives due to sheer improbability and low cunning. When you look at the two of these trends, the reasons that these two are popular couldn't be more different, and more critically, how they affect YouTube as a platform. In fact, the differences are so stark you could almost make a game show about it.
Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of End Your Life. This episode is sponsored by Jif. For those who want a clean and creamy exit, today's contestants will have you rolling into and in your grave. It's Fortnite and Logan Paul here with their latest existentially depressive buffoonery, and an audience member has just slit her throat, ladies and gentlemen. I must ask you to pace yourselves. At the end of the show, we'll be handing out a $100 coupon for Dr. Conrad Murray's dispensary. That's right, Dr. Conrad Murray, a fast stop, but a long hop.
See, where Baboon is a narcissistic, psychopathic, and wholly immoral human being,
I never lose.
Weasel is a video game where you just act like one. When Baboon goes to Japan and causes a minor international incident when he has a giggle at some stiff, Weasel is a global success, with streamers and YouTubers across the world giving themselves carpal tunnel syndrome. While Baboon has multiple articles written about him excoriating his vileness and his endless streams of fuck-ups, Weasel has the entire internet licking his ring piece. Weasel draws its young fan base into an addictive culture of easy killing and guns. Baboon gets their kids to start the King's Landing riot in Beverly Hills. Weasel steals his idea from other video games. Baboon steals his ideas from the black pits of hell. The Baboon gets kids to dab on them haters. Hang on. It's the wrong guy. The Weasel gets them to post videos of themselves that will haunt them for the rest of their lives. Do you know what? That's a tie. Baboon slams the corpse of a mouse with a taser. Fortnite slams the account of a 14-year-old with a lawsuit, because that's what grown-ups do. Adults don't tase the corpses of animals. They sue them and then charge them additional fees.
Crazy buddy.
So what's my point? YouTube is in the shitter. Channels like mine struggle in the vast slough of cancer cells that make up the bread and butter of this website. Well, present company accepted, of course. While even modestly successful YouTubers have to rely on external sources like Patreon to fund themselves when they didn't have to before. And for some, it has become so dire that they need to take it out on the company themselves. As is the case of that horrible shooting last week. It hemorrhages advertisers like Tanamungo hemorrhages dignity. But which of these two enormous trending topics does YouTube actually stand to benefit from? Fortnite is popular. It's hip, it's happening, so much so that you can say you're on stream and get 4 billion subscribers. Meanwhile, Logan Paul attracts daily headlines for the crime of existing. Fucking what? Because I know people who, when they think of YouTube, the first thing they think of is Logan Paul. If your granddad has heard of YouTube at all, it's because the Baboon brought it to him by showcasing its worst side, the side where you get to cause an international incident and still keep all your customers. The side where you break every rule and don't suffer any consequences. Back in my day, blondes with hair like that became cocaine addicts and died at 25 the way that God intended. Ah, the 80s. And where does this leave the rest of us? It leaves us in the awkward position of being beholden to a man who doesn't understand that extorting his kin fan base might be bad. Because YouTube doesn't punish Logan. In fact, I would say that they feel they're dependent on him. But how many advertisers and partners look at YouTube and its limp dick approach to the Paul brothers and shy away from it? How many potential millions have they lost every time Logan enters a Chipotle with his retinue of circus freaks and fucks the straw dispenser? How many opportunistic news articles look at YouTube and see a lawless hellscape populated by demented man babies and fidget spinners? It's 2018! What's the matter with you? If Logan Paul's channel was deleted tomorrow, it would only set him back, it wouldn't undo him. He's got the brand recognition, the following, dare I say it, the talent to survive on his own. Yes, Logan Paul is talented, good looking and knows how this all works, that's just the truth. Bitter as it is to say so. And YouTube has probably made the calculation that they can't afford to terminate his channel, which is what he deserves, having committed violations that would get a mid-tier YouTuber suspended for life. But that was before Fortnite. The boogiedown challenge ensured that millions of children will never achieve gainful employment. Yes, Twitch benefits the most from the Fortnite craze, but where are the lists of vacuous Fortnite-related content? The gameplay videos? The funny moments? On YouTube. If all that content still causes a company like YouTube to lose money, then surely they can try and spare their brand. The damage. I'm not saying Logan Paul has to go, but either he goes or everyone else gets to keep their ads. Everyone gets to upload whatever they want and keep their money. It doesn't matter if it's a video of you slamming meth or committing armed robbery, because as far as everyone else is concerned, it's a battle between their cynicism and their standards. And right now, their cynicism is showing like a hobo's penis on a park bench. I don't like Fortnite or Battle Royale games. If I want a competitive free-for-all, try getting to a porta party during Oktoberfest. But I can respect why it's popular. A game that did what somebody else did, much better and much more successfully. Ruthless, to be sure, and certainly not without victims. But never tried to drag down everyone associated with it. It never tainted everyone even remotely associated with the same platform with the image of an entitled bratty freeloader. If you play Fortnite or on YouTube or anywhere else, you're seen as being with the in crowd. If you watch Logan Paul, you're demonised, called crazy, deluded by the internet for not understanding that your idol's a barely functioning psychotic. And YouTube doesn't have to cover its shriveled dick and bleat to the world about why they've not punished Fortnite for becoming popular. A YouTube channel can buy the standard edition of Fortnite for $39. And so if you start today, that's going to add up to a lot of revenue. Every time Logan Paul appears on the Washington Post, it's probably one less Gillette ad to go over the 10 hours of the Soviet Union's national anthem. Because the irony is Fortnite probably would have gotten more popular than PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds without YouTube, the same way PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds did itself. YouTube has probably decided that it won't be able to pay its office space without Logan Paul, so no matter how popular other content gets. But Logan Paul, I think, can survive without both. So how much will Logan Paul have to cost YouTube before they figure out that top 15 Fortnite players who have sworn is a much safer investment? Logan Paul can afford to be without YouTube. Can YouTube really afford Logan Paul? I mean, does anyone care? Hello? Is anyone there? Logan Paul. Well, you pay money for those. Or they're donated by some autism charity. Oh, at least the comments are like, fake. Fake. Che Hansen laying down some truth bombs over here.